and green. Don't need a cloak to go unseen. We mine the rocks, space gnomes don't dare. Small but mighty, you best beware. We're goblins, space goblins.
What's up, my fellow goblins? It is RPGADAY 2025. Every day this month, we take a look at some aspect of the tabletop role-playing game community as presented to us by the RPGADAY Foundation, started by Autocratic 10 years ago, 11 years ago, 10 years ago. I don't know. I've been doing this since day one. So if you need proof for how long I've been on the YouTube, bam, done this every year. So he's only been on the YouTube for 4 or 5 years. No. And speaking of how long I've been on YouTube, and today's word is patron, which means supporting. And I want you to know that I appreciate each and every one of you that have supported me on YouTube for the past 10 years. But we are now looking at a new YouTube doomsday. And I figure we got to talk about that, even though I know absolutely nothing about this other than some people are upset about it and concerned that it involves censorship and YouTube taking over and AI and I don't know. And a lot of people are going, I'm going to leave YouTube. Are you going to leave YouTube? You need to leave YouTube, OGM. And I'm just like, guys, I've been doing this every day since 2014. I have hundreds of videos. It would take me countless hours to download them all and back them up. And then what? I've got 2,200 subscribers. It sucks that I might lose some of them, but that's a lot of friendships that I have made, a lot of connections I have made. To start over on Rumble or Blue Sky or another site and, try and get that 2,200 again. I don't know. I mean, it depends where everybody's going. Obviously, I'm going to start backing up my stuff on Rumble and Blue Sky. And I don't know, isn't there another one now called Kick? But I don't know if I'm going to leave YouTube. And hopefully you don't leave YouTube. So I don't really know why we're upset about this. It has something to do with age estimation. Blah, I can talk. I'm getting old, guys. I'm 59, right? It's my birthday. It's Steve's birthday. I'm 59. That's basically dead. So lucky you get anything out of me. I traded my brain in for splooge. But my cat, my 3-year-old cat is fine. So, please like, share, subscribe, buy my merch, use my Only Crits coupon to buy some dice to help support me and Steve. So YouTube will launch an AI-based age estimation on August 13th, 2025. This is something similar to what's going on in Europe. I'm sure Grim Jim has talked about it. Analyzing users' behaviors to identify teens and enforce content restriction, bypassing self-reported ages. Amid privacy concerns over AD verification, this aligns with regulatory demands and may influence global platforms. The initiative aims to enhance teen safety while balancing innovation and privacy. Like every teen out there is not going to find a way to jump this, including something as simple as getting a VPN. This would be where I would insert an ad for VPN if I was supported by NordVPN or something like that. But that would let you bypass this. So when you log on to make your YouTube account, you enter your birth date. Oh God. I'd say I need caffeine, but I'm already on my second cup. Don't get old, guys. Don't get old. I'm falling apart. So, mine would say August 4th, 1966. But I guess this one's going to say, okay, your date of birth is based upon when you started using YouTube. So if I've been using YouTube for 10 years, 2014, it would think I'm 15 years old instead of 59 years old. And then I would have to, show up my ID every time I log on? I still don't know. Let's see, analyzing viewing patterns or behaviors, the platform machine's learning model will flag accounts suspected of belonging to minors, prompting them by verification through methods like government issue ID or credit card details. Okay, if it asks for your credit card details, no, don't give it your credit card details. It's too easy to hack. If people are worried that, they're going to hack my ID if I put it out there. Guys, chances are your ID is getting hacked at least 5 times a day. You risk getting your ID hacked every time you go in the store and use it. Every time you walk down the street, there's ways for people to hack your ID. every time you log on. So if you're concerned that that's going to be another way for you to get hacked, or the government's going to watch you. Yeah, it's YouTube's long-standing efforts to safeguard younger audiences. What long-standing efforts to safeguard younger audiences? There's so much stuff on here that is inappropriate for kids, guys. What have you been doing? That foul-mouthed guy who spews out all those bad words every day and other things, I mean, there's just yeah. Where were you protecting me when I was getting death threats? The mechanics of age estimation. At the core of the update is an advanced AI model that estimates your age based on subtle cues of user interaction, such as video preference and watch history. So it's going to tell you how old I am based upon the videos I watch and the videos I post. Well, based upon the videos I watch are either from my fellow game makers or Vsojo or music videos. How old does that make me in the eyes of YouTube? I watched a video by Diversity and Dragons. He's a fellow gamer. He looks like he's over 21. But he's talking about Dungeons and Dragons. So does that make him old enough for me to watch or not? What about if I watch Iron Mouse? Does that mean I'm a kid or I'm an adult? What about if I watch a video about, I don't know, the discovery of a brand new, didn't they just discover a new insect in Australia that is now the largest insect in the world? What if I watch that video? How old does that make me? Industry insiders note this aligns with broader trends toward digital safety influenced by the European Union policies on age verification. So there's privacy concerns. However, the rollout has sparked significant privacy debate. Posts on X highlight user apprehension about handing over sensitive personal data to tech giants. They already have it. Some liking it to dystopian surveillance. One prominent concern echoes sentiments from Australian regulators where similar mandates were raised alarms about data collection, as noted and discussed in the E-Safety Commission's statements. Critics argue that requiring ID or credit card verification could deter legitimate users and infringe on privacy rights. Yeah, if it's asking me to show you my credit card every time I log on, no, I'm done. If you're asking me to show you my ID every time I log on, that seems dumb. And there's so many ways around that. And I think it would just become boring. And people would just be leaving just because it's just, one extra level. Warning that AI-driven age guessing might lead to inaccurate flagging and unnecessary barriers to contact access. YouTube counters this by emphasizing the system is designed for accuracy and the verification are only triggered when discrepancies are detected. Regulatory content and global implications, industry impact, and future directions. How does this work? So how is it going to determine my age, and when and why does it ask for my ID? All right, I think that's my question. How does this work? YouTube to add AI age restriction. Okay, here's another article one. This one's on cord cutters, which is that's a weird name for a. And this one says, the age estimation model will analyze various signals such as users' YouTube activity and account longevity to determine if they are under 18. So in order to be 18, does that mean I've had to have made my account 18 years ago? Is that what you're saying? Because if you're determining my age based upon how old my account is, I'm 15, right? 2014 to 2025. All right. 2015 to 2025. That's 10 years, right? I guess I'm 10 years old. As opposed to my ID, which says I'm 59. And I have the new government driver's license, the new one that, California was going to switch over to. And you determine my age based upon my activity. And it will add things like changing the ads you see, enable digital well-beings, like it'll take a break, and bedtime reminders. Like I need YouTube to remind me what time of bed it is. Changing your privacy hooking. And additionally, users must be 18 or older to access age-restricted videos. Oh, because that's going to stop them. Oh, no, you're under 18. You can't look at these tiddlinis. Yes, I can. Let me just use... Oh, what do you know? Your average kid is smarter than the AI by now. So they're gonna find ways to get over this, from having a VPN to other ways. I think it's gonna. Oh, here we go. Uploads accounts from identifiers as belonging to users 18 will default to private, and these users will be restricted from earning revenue through gifts on vertical live streams. Yeah, but most people do Twitch and TikTok and Instagram for their gifts, right? I mean, I know some YouTubers get an income from gifts, members' gifts. I know DD gets money from that, but yeah, I think the biggest thing would be it automatically putting your videos in a different section. But am I allowed to move them? If it defaults to private, does that mean I can then move it to normal? And if the only thing is saying, well, nobody under 18 can, your videos are not safe for work 18 plus. Well, my videos have been not safe for work 18 plus since day one, because that's the only way you can have comments put on your videos is to say that they are not safe for adults. I mean, not safe for kids. This is about safety. This is about keeping kids that are under 18 away from the more dark and forbidden part of YouTube. All those, like creepypasta videos, I guess, and the questionable postings of Project Melody and that OGGM guy. Oh yeah, don't watch him. He's dangerous if your kids are under 18. But I post a bunch of videos about a game for kids. Does that mean I'm going to be considered a kid? I want to see an example of this. How does this work? How is this actually going to be implemented? How are you going to check my ID? Do I have to hold up my California ID every time I log on to prove to you I am me? I don't want to lose, any of my subs. And or any of the wonderful connections I've made in the hobby. I've got several hundred videos on here. It would be a major task to download them. And I don't know if I'll quit YouTube. I'll be much more, I already copy and paste everything I do to Blue Sky when I remember. And I copy and paste my stuff to Rumble when I remember. So there's nothing stopping me from doing that. And I'm going to start doing Twitch again, even though I have no idea what I'm going to show, but I don't think it'll make much of a difference, to start doing stuff on Twitch as well. I mean, mostly the videos are going to be much more oriented on shorts, because apparently that's all that people watch. I post a video interview with the Horde Wars guy. I got like 63 views so far. I post a 15-second video of Steve the cat playing with a piece of string, 1.2 thousand, So, I'm definitely going to start taking more advantage of the shorts format. And I have no problem copying this over to Blue Sky and copying this over to Rumble. And I understand people's concern, especially if it's, if it starts saying every time I log on, show me your credit card, I'd be like, nope, I'm putting my stuff on a different format. So that I definitely understand why that's a concern. Tracking tracking what sites you go to, and people are concerned is tracking what sites you're going to go to. Well, it already does that. They already know all the sites you visited. They already know how many times you look at porn or whatever. And they probably know what you're looking at. So stop looking at porn. And, you know, there's going to be ways around this. If it's USA only, I just get a VPN and tell my computer I'm not in the USA. I'm in someplace else. Can I use the VPN to tell the computer I'm on the moon? Because if I can, I'm downloading a VPN and I'm saying I'm broadcasting from the moon, you know, or I'm broadcasting from Dinosaur Island. What's some small volcanic island? Can I tell the VPN I'm broadcasting from there instead of Ventura? Because then that would be awesome. Oh, wow, look at this. He is, in fact, broadcasting from a small island off the coast of Costa Rica. He hasn't been lying. I'm making fun of this because that's how I communicate with you guys. I understand this is deeply concerning and, you know, it just reinforces the concerns about AI and reinforces the concerns about lack of privacy and Big Brother watching us. And I understand that there might be people who want to leave for a more free speech oriented VPN, you know, program. But what's to stop those guys from doing the same thing? I mean, if Blue Sky is as woke, leftist, liberal, communist as people claim, then of course they're going to adopt this as soon as they can to protect the children. And if Rumble is as, you know, conservative, right-wing, free speech as they claim, they'll adopt something similar as a method to protect our free speech, make sure, you know, we don't, you know. So eventually everybody's going to adopt this, I would think, or some version of it. They you know, they want to track our information. They have been tracking your information. They know who you are. They know where you are. They don't need some unscrupulous AI, Skynet, evil mastermind computer sitting in the farthest reaches of Area 51 watching every single solitary click you make on the computer, because they've already been doing it. Every time you leave the house, you risk getting your ID stolen. So, yeah, I want to hide from the government. I don't want them to know where I am. They already know where you are. Get a VPN. Again, this would be a perfect time for me to advertise if I was a VPN guy. Use NordVPN. Use my coupon down below, but I don't have that. You know what I do have is a coupon to get dice from Only Crits. So if you want to support a small independent game publisher who is celebrating their birthday, use the link down below to get Only Crits, the only dice on the planet, recommended by Steve the Cat. Steve the Cat tested, Steve the Cat approved, Only Crits. It's my birthday, so please like, please share, please subscribe. Please take a moment to check out my merch, which is on sale and drive-through. Steve the Cat's birthday, so do something nice, you know? Donate some money to a cat charity, or buy my merch, or just send Steve the Cat happy birthday. Anyway, yeah, I know people are concerned about this, and I know I'm making light of it, but that's what I do. And until I actually see it in practice, I'm remaining neutral. You know, it could be awful. It could be dystopian. It could be Orwellian, or it could be nothing. Don't know. And YouTube will probably mess it up anyways, and it'll crash a few times, and it'll actually make it easier for people to steal our ID, and then there'll be a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against YouTube, and blah, 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 blah. We don't know. We don't know. I understand it's concerning, but I'm keeping my opinion relatively neutral, other than my usual let's make fun of it, until I actually see it in practice. Till next time, I'm the OGGM. Have a great Friday. See ya.